Okay, so I was scrolling. I don't like it when they call it doom scrolling.
I wonder where that comes from.
Well, people get depressed. I don't know. Anyway, I was not depressed, and I was scrolling through my reels. Came across this reel where this Air Force officer in fatigues or camo is.
Those Army people are always fatigued.
She was Air Force.
Oh, Air Force, they're always fatigued.
Anyway, the shot they show at the beginning is the police are breaking her window and pulling her out of the car.
Mm-hmm.
So I look at the whole reel, and it starts with the deputy is saying to her, she never opens her window, just a crack or something. He says, "Do you know why I've pulled you over, ma'am?" You know how they do. And she says, "No."
They're eliciting a confession.
Yeah. And he says, "Well, you're going 73 miles per hour in a 50 zone, and you sped up in the construction zone and refused to stop when she was supposed to stop." And she says, I need to speak to my commanding officer or something. She keeps saying that through the whole thing. He says, "Please show me your driver's license and ownership. I need to speak to my commanding officer." She will not give them the documentation.
Mm-hmm.
And she sounds a little off, and they were thinking maybe she was drunk. Turns out she was not, just odd. And
Just fatigued.
I don't know how many times they asked her. Anyway, they finally said to her, "We will break your window and pull you from the car, ma'am." And they keep asking her to exit the car, and she refuses. And then they say, "If you won't hand over your documentation, we will be forced to break your window and pull you from the vehicle." And she keeps, refusing. Eventually, they break her window, pull her from the car, put her down on the ground, and handcuff her, I guess. Anyway, she says, "Hey, my glasses!" And somebody picks them up and says, "No, I think they've put them in an evidence bag by then." And she goes, "I've got glass in my eye." She's not being sarcastic. She's just staying very calm, but saying all this crap. Like, you could have prevented it, lady, if you just gotten out your driver's license and ownership.
Mm-hmm.
So the deputy calls an ambulance, and his supervisor, the ambulance comes and they check her out, and somebody gives her back her glasses, and then they say, we're going to put you in jail. We're taking you to the jail. I need my phone. And the officer says, "You'll get your phone at the jail. You can take 5 phone numbers off from it, and you can call. You'll be able to call someone. I need to speak to my commanding officer." She's going on and on and on and on. And finally they put her in the ambulance and they take her to the jail, I guess. So the reason I'm talking about that, this was in Florida. It was a deputy who then called, I don't know if he called the sheriff or the next guy up. They couldn't get the top guy. He was not working, and why would they call him, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, to me, she was in the wrong. Give them your driver's license and registration. Take your ticket. If you're drunk, whatever, call your lawyer or whatever you don't want to do. Anyway, so I'm listening to MS Now, listening to Nicole Wallace. Comes on at 4. This is Monday. And she starts with that story. We're going to show you something a little unsettling, implying that it's an ICE officer that pulls her out in Minnesota. This did not happen in Minnesota. It happened in February, so in the last couple of days. It was not an ICE officer. So I did a little research, and it has been misrepresented as it was an ICE officer breaking her window and pulling her out, which would be horrific, right?
To what? To have that happen, or to misrepresent it?
Both.
One might be horrific, the other is just irresponsible.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm deeply disappointed in Ms. Wallace.
Oh, okay.
And I will send something to that effect, I guess by email.
Generally, my life experience has told me that regardless of whether you're innocent or guilty in the situation when the police start demanding stuff, you should probably,
Comply.
probably comply, avoid a lot of personal injury and who knows what else. Yeah. We're going to break your window. At that point, I'd be like, yeah, okay.
I'll get out. I'll get out. Here's or just roll it down and give them what they want.
Yeah.
If they think you're drunk and you refuse to be breathalyzed, can they pull you out? They should be able to pull you out.
Well, it doesn't matter, drunk or not. Like, now, so the way every time I've kind of dug into this a bit, the way that this goes is the lawyer would tell you this is not something to be decided on the side of the road. This is something that should be decided in the courtroom. If they've done anything in that process, the police or law enforcement or whoever, incorrect in the process, it'll come out in court and then, but to try and hold your own criminal defense on the scene of a car being pulled over, like, hey, why'd you pull over? Like, if you're gonna resist, why did you just not keep driving? Like it's just, you're just asking. Law enforcement has the authority to do certain things, and even if you're a lawyer, I think a lawyer would probably tell you that there's a place and a time for some of these resistances, and they're not at the scene of a traffic stop. Nope.
Anyway, totally different from what's happening with ICE agents. But she was charged, and the judge dismissed the drunk driving charge because she was not drunk. I guess she took a breathalyzer when they took her to jail and registered 0. So he dropped all the charges to the fine for the speeding part.
Except for that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now she goes to the Air Force will now investigate and perhaps charge her with many things, which could include a demotion and a letter on record.
A demotion.
So disappointed in MS Now. It's once you find one story that's been misrepresented, do you believe any other stories?
That's the problem.
I have been loyal since 2016.
Joe has been watching these guys since 2016, and the very thing she's been waiting to see happen has not happened yet. In fact, the guy that she was waiting to see something happen to rose to higher and higher acts of bizarre foolishness and remains in office. Can you guess who I'm talking about?
Anyway, I'm just disappointed. I feel heartbroken for the people of Minnesota. I'm very excited that they're rallying together and protecting neighbors. And I feel badly for how they're being treated in their protests. And badly for the people that are trapped in their houses with kids who they don't want to send to school. And the people that they're disappearing. They got the little kid back and his dad. But I'm just
Are you done? Are you done now?
I think I'm all out of steam now.
Okay, so now you're going to just sit there quietly.
Oh, you have something
In
to
other
say?
news, watched grandkids play ringette on ice yesterday. Saw other grandkids observing from the stands. Including a few clips and pictures at the end of this video. Woohoo!
Yay, Charlotte!
Yay, Charlotte!
Go, Charlotte!
Go, Charlotte!
Go, Charlotte!
Go, Charlotte!
Go, Charlotte!
What
That's
music,
it?
What music are we going to put with this video?
Charlotte, Charlotte, Charlotte out loud.
And we'll talk to you tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye.
Here's Charlotte. She just completed her victory. Who are you playing against today?
Kingston.
You play for who?
The Hornets.
The Hornets. And the Hornets in your game against Kingston today, how'd that turn out?
Good. It was a win, and it was 10-3.
10-3. And you got 2 goals out there, didn't you? I saw that. And tell me, what did it take to win this game? What kind of effort?
125%.
145?
120.
125%. You had to give it more than 100. All right. Congratulations. We'll check in with you at your next game.